Think of your Hollywood favorite actress, past or present. Almost everyone will do so. No matter who you think of, chances are she has a secret. No, I'm not talking about her skincare regimen or her hairstylist or whatever crazy diet she might be on. I mean, sure, a lot of glamorous Hollywood types do those things, but many, more than you think would, don't need to go through the trouble. They would literally wake up like that. More or less, and it's all because they get a little help from Red Helen. Who's Red Helen, you might be thinking? She's some beauty guru to the stars, or a plastic surgeon or something? But you'd be wrong. No one knows exactly who or perhaps what Red Helen is. Some say she is infamous Helen of Troy, the most beautiful woman in history, the fact that it launched thousands of ships. Others say the name Helen is a bastardization, or possibly a combination of the words helpful one. Still others, a more religious bent be the names, refers to the great inferno below, hinting at possible demonic origins, whatever Red Helen is. Once you've let her into your life, her effects are undeniable. Summoning Helen is almost decrepitly simple. All you need is a handful of items that can be found nearly anywhere. These include a red taper candle, some fresh rose petals, a standing or vanity mirror, and a knife. Simple streak knives would be known to work, although Helen tends to favor people whose choices show a bit more class and discernment. A ritual dagger, which you might find in the Occult of Supply store, would be best. But there's really no need to break the bank. Scenery is all likely to win Helen over any item used to summon her. Once you have everything you need, you are ready to make contact with Helen. Wait for a Friday night. One during a full moon would be best. The light of the moon provides to be useful. Choose a quiet room in a quiet house where you could be sure you would not be disturbed. Interrupting the ritual at any time before its completion will result in failure. At approximately 11:30 p.m., turn off all the lights in your chosen room and disconnect any electronic devices. Simply covering them up will not be enough. Everything must totally be unplugged. Take no more than 30 minutes to accomplish this task, as the ritual must begin no later than midnight. Once your electronics are unplugged, you are ready to begin. Sit in the opposite with the mirror and the candle before you. Clear your mind and steady your breathing. With the silence in the room becomes something you can feel on your skin, like an oppressive, dark blanket. Take a handful of rose petals and sprinkle them clockwise around the candle. As you do this, recite the following rhyme. Helen's looks are lovely. Helen's looks can kill. No one has escaped her, and no one will ever will. This rhyme combined with the action invites Helen to join you. If she accepted your invitation, you'll soon feel a strange warmth on your face, as if someone had just held their hands over a fire and then touched your cheeks. If you feel this, continue with the ritual. If, however, you don't feel the warmth after these 3 minutes, then without hesitation you must stand up, leaving everything as it is. Walk out of the building and sleep somewhere else for the night. Do not return to the site where you attempted the ritual until 8 o'clock in the following morning at absolute earliest. The reason is simple. Sprinkling the petals and speaking the rhyme causes something to join you no matter what. If you don't feel the warmth on your face, then what has come to join you is not Helen. Furies range from who it or what it was, but all agree it's not something you want to be alone with in the dark room in the middle of the night. However, if you do feel the warmth, then you must proceed to the next step. There's no turning back now. Light the candle and let your gaze linger on the flame for a moment. When the moment feels right, look up from the flame and gaze into the mirror. Whatever you see, do not flinch or make a sound, before you will be on your own reflection. But every imperfection you will have will magnify to the utter grotesqueness. Everything you hate about yourself will become prominent. You may want to scream or cry or avert your eyes, but do none of those things. Simply look in and accept your own ugliness. Failure to do so will plunge the room into darkness, and then there will be no help for you. You must gaze in your hideous reflection for what feel like hours, and then something remarkable will happen. Slowly all your features will soften, gradually forming themselves into the most beautiful version of yourself you've ever seen. Not even your most vivid fantasies will be able to match the beauty you see before you. This is believed is Helen's way of showing you the world will see you if you welcome her into your life. In that moment you will feel the joy and satisfaction and an appearance like the ones you can give you. You will most likely lose yourself in euphoria when suddenly your face will become grotesque again. This happens, it is your cue to perform the next step. Pick up the knife, without hesitating, drag the blade across your cheek. The cheek you select doesn't seem to matter, but the skin must be broken and the blood must be drawn. This act shows Helen two things. The first is that you're willing to part with whatever makes you ugly. The second is that you're willing to suffer for and receive your maintain her gifts. As for your reflection, you will now have the accurate view of yourself, as you are at this moment, bleeding gash and all. Once this is the case, the ritual has ended. Pinch out the candle with your finger. Otherwise, you leave everything as it is and promptly go to bed. Do not attend to your wound as you normally would, but leave it open and bleeding. After the clock strikes 8 in the morning, you can clean up your ritual space and receive medical treatment, if necessary. The story you tell doctors to account your wound is entirely up to you, but do not give away the secret of Red Helen. If someone is meant to find out about Helen, it will not be because you told them. Helen will arrange for some other means of letting them know. Whatever or not Helen has accepted you, you will become apparent soon enough. If your ritual has failed, your wound will become infected. At best, a hideous scar will form, and you'll be disfigured for as long as you live. At worst, the infection will spread into your bloodstream and you will die. However, if you've been successful, then you'll find out your wound heals very quickly, more quickly than it should, and leaves behind no trace of ever being there. Should you ever find yourself successful, the benefits of Helen's influences on your life will be intimate and unmistakable. People of all kinds will clamor to be near you. New doors and opportunities will open up in places you never thought to look before. If you happen to be an actor or model, you will never be without work, and legions of fans will worship you on the account of your remarkable beauty. There is, of course, a catch, however. In return for all that she's given you, Red Helen must occasionally be paid, as a beneficiary of Helen's falling in love with somebody that marks the person for collection. It may be intimate, or it may take years. Occasionally, Helen will then allow you to marry a form of a whole life that was a person before wenching them away from you. But the result is always the same. One day there will be a freak accident, or a surprise heart attack, or something similar. It's unavoidable, and some may argue that it's only fair. And what happens if you steer off the clear of love? Well, that might work for a time, but it won't get you very far. As far as anyone could tell, Helen does not like the feeling of cheated. She won't kill you though, but when you wake up in the hospital and doctors tell you you have no amount of reconstructive surgery to help you, you will wish she had. What's up, my pretties? It's the Lion Queen here. I want to appreciate you all for tuning into this video, and I do appreciate you guys supporting my video by giving this video likes and stuff. If you really enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you're new, ring the bell for notifications to when I upload so that way you guys will get updated for whenever I upload. If you want to follow me on Twitter or DeviantArt, feel free to leave a follow on those if you are interested in following me on those socials. If you want to support my backup channel, known as Miss Dark Shigo, feel free to subscribe to it, as a link to that will also be in the About page section. And with that being said, and that being the case, thank you so much for watching, my pretties, and as always, please stay pretty.